Oh, hello. My name is Tad,
I'm Elliot.
and today we're going to talk about assassins for you.
Yes, Stephen Sondheim, musical,
90s.
presidential assassins.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Why not make an up-tempo musical about
Makings of a good musical right there.
Just add a Hugh Wheeler book, and hey, you got
Not Hugh Wheeler, is it?
Yeah, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's Hugh Wheeler.
No, Hugh Wheeler did Sweeney Todd. It's the same book writer specifically.
It's Hugh Wheeler.
It's not Hugh Wheeler.
It's Hugh Wheeler.
It's not Hugh Wheeler.
It's Hugh Wheeler. We're Googling this.
It's not Hugh Wheeler. We're sorry about this.
Hang on.
This is not...
Assassins Wiki. Because Wikipedia is the source. If this ever goes down, I'll probably crack.
It's not Hugh Wheeler.
It is Hugh Wheeler.
It's not.
It's Hugh Wheeler.
It's not Hugh Wheeler.
Alright, my connection's being really slow for some reason today, so we're just going to pretend like it's Hugh Wheeler, and move on.
It's not Hugh Wheeler.
It is Hugh Wheeler. Alright, we're bringing out the fancy iPhone.
Yep, just start talking.
Okay, so today we have a little bit of a list scheduled out for you. And if you follow us on Tumblr, which is probably going to be our main mode of this distribution for this series, what we hope is going to be a series of deconstructions.
Yeah.
Assassins, as we said, is going to be our first one.
Because we know everything about musical theater.
Exactly. And
everything.
Our opinions are correct. So.
Always correct. I've found the book writer, the librettist of Assassins is in fact John Weidman.
Oh, come on.
Who also wrote the libretto to Pacific Overtures and Roadshow. Sondheim has actually written in one of his books. He said that Pacific Overtures, Assassins, and Roadshow form some sort of like American trilogy. He said that. Anyway. Assassins! Basically, one of my favorite aspects of this great score, if you don't know it, highly recommended, look at the camera, is the fact that Sondheim takes the Hail to the Chief March, which is instantly recognizable by everyone. Dun 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 dun. That it's instantly recognizable by like everyone in the country.
We can all hum it, sing it.
Yeah, and he takes it and makes some like terrifying little 3/4 variation on it. It's first heard in the beginning of the opening number, which takes place at a carnival setting.
Which, unfortunately, I've always thought is kind of abandoned. And for the rest of the scenes, the carnival, the whole shoot, win, kill a president carnival booth in which the opening number takes place, is kind of abandoned. The scenes for the rest of the book are in warehouses and storerooms. A library or something is where the last November 22nd occurs.
Something like that.
Something like that.
One's in a bar.
And I think it's just kind of unfortunate that they abandoned that whole theme. Because it's fascinating. It's such a cool concept.
Yeah. I'd like to see a production of the show staged entirely at a carnival.
Yes.
That'd be really cool.
Like we were thinking, and the hanging of Gateau could be done in a dunk booth.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
It's history.
And yeah, so
since the beginning takes place at a carnival,
anyway, this is kind of
the opening. Is it turned up enough? The opening version of the Hail to the Chief variation is like carnival-esque. It's like a
papa thing.
Papa. Yeah, it's great. I love it.
That was my favorite.
Yay! It's Hail to the Chief, only in 3/4, and it's not something that your average audience member, if they were just listening to it, they'd be like, "Oh, cool, it's like prologue music or something." It's prelude, but like no one. I mean, I didn't hear it until someone pointed it out to me, which is kind of embarrassing. But
it never really occurs to you.
It doesn't occur to you
because it's so different,
and you don't. And Sondheim has never been one to borrow music from any other source. He does that again in the show.
Yeah.
I know the Dies Irae Gregorian chant is in Sweeney Todd, but everything else is just kind of original all the time. But it's interesting, and it's not something you would immediately think about. But then there's this grand old thing, the finale, which is one of the creepiest. Like, there's a scene before it.
November 22nd,
yeah.
1943?
63. It's Lee Harvey Oswald
goes to work.
Assassin of Kennedy, you know.
I didn't know.
And he's going to shoot himself. But then Lee Harvey Oswald, who of course, not Lee Harvey Oswald, John Wilkes Booth.
He just shows up.
3 names all over the
place. By the way, it is written in the book that he should be singing his song from earlier, The Ballad of Booth, which I always loved.
I love that.
Yeah.
So John Wilkes Booth shows up, tells him, hey, you know what you should do? You should kill the president. And so, I mean, why not?
Yeah,
so he does.
Hey, and he does. And then all the assassins show up. It's this grand old time. And he's like, Lee Harvey Oswald!
It's really terrifying. But if you take any U.S. history class, if they ask you, if they start talking about the Kennedy assassination, it wasn't aliens. It wasn't like Cuban hitmen. It wasn't the government.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
It was actually all the assassins coming back telling Lee Harvey Oswald to do it.
Yeah. John Wilkes Booth actually came back
from the dead.
Yeah, and then quoted Arthur Miller and then went away again.
Attention.
Which is a scene in the book that I am absolutely crazy about because it talks about Death of a Salesman is one of my very favorite plays, and it takes the line "attention paid," which is like one of the society shaking quotes in the play. One of them. It's such a good play. And Booth uses it to convince Lee Harvey Oswald to kill the president. So, yeah, Arthur Miller's a badass.
So, the Hail to the Chief variation is brought up again in the finale in this insane, incredible, giant... It's incredible. I love it.
Listen to us,
they're all convincing you.
For the record, this and the other Hail to the Chief thing we played is from the early 90s off-Broadway cast recording with the blue cover. It has Victor Garber, Terrence Mann, Patrick Cassidy. It's very good. However, overall, we both think the revival recording with Neil Patrick Harris, Michael Cerveris, etc. is better, but there are several
key things in the OOBC that are better, but as a whole, I think the revival provides a better listening experience. And I know people who are like, oh no, but no.
However, this is from the original.
Yeah.
Wait for it. And then it ends with a beautiful flute solo. I love it.
It's kind of chilling.
It is. It's really...
Especially since, President got shot.
Yeah.
Which is another great part about the show is it takes the horrifying kind of topic and puts it this really snappy, upbeat music. It's I would be willing to put out there that other than Forum and the Frogs, it's probably his most upbeat musical.
Company is up there too. But those four merrily roll along.
I don't know. That's some depressing stuff in there.
But it's pretty upbeat overall. Opening doors.
Oh, yeah, they're upbeat songs, but
now you know.
Well, like the whole first act is like
it's a hit.
Now you know isn't upbeat.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's fast, but it's
fun
not
to listen to.
Well, that doesn't mean it's upbeat. It does mean it's upbeat.
Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, we're gonna move on.
All right. Next is Ballad of Booth.
We're gonna talk about the Ballad of Booth.
Now, all of the assassins that were actually successful, they're the only ones that get ballads, which I noticed a little while back.
Except for Oswald, but that's...
Well, he gets his own...
He gets an awesome scene that no one else gets, so...
Whatever.
Ballad of Booth. This is from the revival. what is so crazy good about this song is how it's the first instance, and it's the most powerful, I suppose, is a good way of putting it, instance, and how one of the things Assassins does the best is how it makes you feel bad a little bit, almost, for these people, and then it just, in a flash, just like makes you go back and be like, oh wait, no, these are terrible people who attempted to kill the president.
Yeah,
they don't need my pity. They got problems, but I shouldn't pity them.
Sure, but we all got problems.
Yeah, we all got problems, but none of us have tried to kill the president.
Yeah.
The Ballad of Booth does that most effectively and first in the show. It's more or less a prayer from John Wilkes Booth. He's on the verge of his death. He knows he's going to die.
He's been caught.
Basically.
Killing Lincoln.
And the whole song is like a prayer. But it's him, and you feel bad for him because he's expressing things, and they're very, understandable things. He just wants a perfect country, excluding racism and
perfect to him.
All that is perfect to him. But I mean, who doesn't want a perfect world,
Yeah.
And so you see a little bit of yourself almost in him, and then one word just kind of takes you right out of it.
And if you know the show, you know exactly what word we're talking about.
Yeah, I've never seen Assassins live before, but I can imagine this just like sucks the air out of the theater, and everyone's just like, did that really just happen? Just like it. I mean, first time I heard it on the recording, I was kind of appalled actually. This is Michael Cerverus on the. Oh wait, did we do Michael Cerverus? Let's do Victor Garber.
Michael Cerverus.
Why?
Because he makes a bigger deal out of it.
Yeah. Michael Cerverus and Victor Garber both played Booth. They're both very good. I prefer Victor Garber, personally.
More subtle.
Michael Cerverus, however, does a perfectly respectable job with it. He won the Tony, so...
I find Cerverus is a better listening experience.
Interesting.
Personally. Because he actually lives it up a little bit more, whereas it's all about the subtext.
It's all about the subtext. There's a film, I don't even know, it's from the 90s, birthday concert for Sondheim, and he's performing the song, and you can see, I'm pretty sure it's the only legal video of him singing the song, but it's crazy. It's amazing, and you should look into that. God, we should get like royalties from Sondheim and company.
We should. Go buy OBC. Make uploads down. You can't download it anyway.
Don't download it anyway.
So,
be legal about things.
Exactly.
Buy the original, or buy the revival.
Just think.
Or buy the birthday concert DVD from the 90s.
If all of us actually bought all the musicals we listened to, well, I know I would have spent hundreds of dollars personally.
Yeah.
And I saw no signs of stopping. Anyway, but play try.
Anyway, Ballad of Booth. One word just kills it.
And he gets it soft.
Our roses may never be healed. Our wounds not forever. How we came off the field.